few weeks I will get time to realize it's right before my eyes, and I can take it if it's what I want to do. I am leaving, and this is starting to feel like it's right before my eyes, and I can taste it. It's my sweet beginning.
I learned a lot about community engagement, and I also learned about unity through minorities, such as this one story where there's the banning of Chicano studies in Arizona, and one girl from CSU Northridge talked about her experience on bringing her API club all the way to Arizona to protest for bringing back Chicano studies, and I thought that was really empowering.
The Youth Summit taught me how strong the youth could actually be when coming together and organizing in different ways.
It's really important for you to network with people because you don't know where those connections will take you in life.
Networking is the most important tool that you can have when working towards a cause, because there really is a strength in numbers.
The most important thing to me that I learned in the Youth Summit and that really impacted me was really all the stories that the others shared in the workshop of the bullying and harassment workshop with Alice Yao.
I was surprised to see a bunch of committed students from across the nation coming together to share their own community experiences.
I was surprised at how diverse the panel was, not in the sense of their different ethnicities, but how they came from different states in the East Coast, because it really shows their dedication and passion for the cause.
And what surprised me the most was that the API clubs and organizations in the East Coast were way more unified than the West Coast. They even had an East Coast Asian American Union, and I was surprised to find out that there wasn't a West Coast one.
There's a student panel, his name is Justin Huang, I believe he's from North Carolina. He grew up not knowing he was Asian for a while, and my takeaway from that was that over here where we live, we don't really understand from his point of view because we live in such a concentrated Asian community.
It's like an ethno bubble, and it's just primarily one race, and so we don't really get the experience from that we read about and stuff, but to see all their first-hand stories, it was really interesting. The people that influenced me the most were actually the student leaders, because after hearing their testimonies and what they've done in their campus, it was really interesting to see that, and seeing people my age be so accomplished, it kind of inspires me to do the same.
They brought up a lot of good points about how we as Asian Americans came together throughout the years through a lot of struggle and believing in the same cause, and because of that we've grown a sense of unity and this bond. So now that we come together as one, it's time to expand our networking.
I would have to say Ronnie Cho during the workshops. He works as a liaison to Obama in the White House, and I was surprised to find that such a young guy from Arizona State managed to work for Obama in the White House, and he got there from working for Obama before he even became president. And it just goes to show that no matter where you are, you can get rise to the top.
He is very aggressive, and I like that. It was nice. I feel like I want to be one of those people that is that aggressive about what they care about.
Meeting Eddie Lee, who is one of the co-founders of the Jubilee Project, and his story was really inspiring because he went on this set path of going to school and then graduating and doing what his parents want, but then he encountered all these opportunities and he decided to take the risk and take it, and so that totally changed his path.
Hearing Thomas Mann's story, I was so inspired by his life story of coming from Vietnam all the way to America and going through so much problems and war, and rose from the very bottom with no English ability, and then he's finally here working at the White House, and I was amazed to see that he could do it.
Yeah, and attending the Youth Summit was rewarding in itself, because the second you walk into the room, you just see a whole crowd of young people coming together just to learn. And even though they They don't necessarily show any promises that they're going to go back to the communities and make a change or change the world. The fact that they want to come together and just simply learn is inspiring.
It was pretty remarkable.
I felt privileged and very proud.
Really like surreal. Like I couldn't believe that I was actually at the nation's capital.
Representing De Anza College, it was an amazing experience.
Seeing how the East Coast has come together really opens my eyes to see the potential that the West Coast has, especially because we have a stronger group of Asian Americans.
I wouldn't ever expect me, like just a student, to have this opportunity to go all the way to the White House and like do this stuff. So it just like goes to show like opportunities everywhere, so you just have to go out and like grab it.
Making it to the White House for Asian American seems like getting to like the top of the top. Like I felt like I won the game.
How much they care about something, about these issues, it really impacts someone like me. It makes me want to become someone like